What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Bags. So, of course, I'm doing this video on the channel today to, give my thoughts on the recent comments made about Newcastle United from Steve Bruce. Now, the only reason I'm doing this video is because a viewer of the channel has asked for my thoughts on this, and of course, I will put that viewer's comment up on screen now. It is NUFC 1892. Who asked for me thoughts on this to do a video talking about the comments made by the absolute waste of space that is Steve Bruce in his time in Newcastle United. Now, I've read the comments, I've looked at the comments, and I've got to say he's got some fucking cheek, literally, to, say that us fans were against him from the very start. Looking at the way he came into that club, you've got to remember, Rafa Benitez was the manager before he came in. Rafa was a fantastic manager. He knew what he was doing. And to go from somebody like Rafa Benitez, who is a born winner, somebody who goes to clubs, wins trophies. He's won the Champions League at Liverpool. He's went and won other major trophies elsewhere as well. And then to go from somebody like Rafa Benitez to go to somebody like Steve Bruce, what was he expecting? What was he hoping that everybody would be there, and give him a chance? At the end of the day, when he came in, I'll say it hands up, that I didn't like him from the moment he came in. He absolutely reeked of a Championship League One manager, somebody that really shouldn't be at the helm of Newcastle United, and he's got some bloody cheek, I can tell you that. For the comments saying that we crossed the line with him. At the end of the day, if you're going to do that with a club, you're going to be absolutely tactically, out of date with what you have, with the club. If you're completely out of touch with modern day football, then you deserve all the criticism you get, because looking at what he did, it was absolutely horrendous. 14 games in and not a single win. He even got kept on, when the new owners came in, and they allowed him to have his 1000th managerial game, which he ended up losing to Tottenham 3-2. He got the sack. Graham Jones took over for 3 games. Graham Jones unfortunately couldn't really do much in them 3 games, but he gave it a good go at least. Eddie Howe ended up coming in on the 8th of November, I believe it was, which that's another thing as well. If you look at the articles about what they're saying, and what his comments are, they're saying that, Eddie Howe came in October. Eddie Howe didn't come in until November, which was the Brentford game, which, of course, he had to spend that from the hotel room. And the reason he came in November as well, if you remember rightly, Graham Jones actually took the game against Brighton, which was the last game of October. So I don't know where they've gotten October from there in the articles about these comments from Steve Bruce. I don't know where they've gotten October from, but it should have been November. Anyway, the comments are absolutely out of line by Steve Bruce. He's got nowhere whatsoever to criticise us Newcastle United fans. I mean, literally, when he came in, he finished 13th, he finished 12th, and that was purely down to the fact, that Rafa's effect on the players was still there, intact a little bit. We're seeing the true nature of what Steve Bruce really is at the beginning of the season just gone. Absolutely no wins in 14 games, and that just shows you, how bad of a manager he really is. He should have never ever been anywhere near the Newcastle United team, and he even managed to reach a quarter-final stage in an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup during his time at the club as well. And he managed to throw them fucking things away as well. So, he's a guy that should never ever be near the Newcastle United job. And thank God he's gone, basically. And to be honest, all you've got to say about Steve Bruce really is, look what he did at West Brom. They were a team that were in playoff positions. He joined them as the manager, and they completely just tumbled down the league. and that is all you really need to say about Steve Bruce, really, because he's just an absolute dinosaur. He doesn't fit with the modern game. He doesn't even do tactics. He said it himself. He doesn't do tactics. And, somebody like that should definitely not be in the modern game anymore. He's a relic of the past, along the likes of your Sam Allardyce, Tony Pulis, Mark Hughes, just managers that'll go in there for a quick buck and, get a quick pay out of it, just like Steve McLaren was, quick compensation pay and they're off on their jollies. And thank God he's gone, basically. But I wanted to get that video out there today to talk about my thoughts on them comments. And I've got to say, he was totally out of line, saying that Newcastle United fans crossed the line. We didn't cross the line. We were justified in what we were saying, because he was absolutely wrecking this amazing club. And look what Eddie Howe's done, since Eddie Howe's come in, with pretty much the same team, bar the players that were brought in January, like Kieran Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes, Dan Burn, Matt Target, Chris Wood, but not all of them played until latter ends of the season. They didn't play as many games as what they should have played. And to be honest, it was still basically the same team that he was managing. And Eddie Howe did a much better job than him, let's face it. And, that's why Eddie Howe is rated so highly as an English manager. He's probably one of the best English managers out there right now. And proven by the way, he performed since coming into the club, basically. And I am so happy to see the back of an absolute cunt like Steve Bruce, because he never liked Newcastle United. Clearly, he's a closet Mackham. Who would say that, they never want to manage Newcastle United when they're at Sunderland, and then when the opportunity arises, he's being the Newcastle United manager. Anyway, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below about them comments, what I've said in today's video. That's just me honest opinion, basically, on Steve Bruce. I really don't like the guy. If you were hoping for, a neutral perspective from it, it's not going to happen on this channel. I've never liked Steve Bruce from the moment he came into the club. And I don't really like him as a manager. I don't rate him as a manager neither. And like I say, he's a relic of the past, along the likes of your Sam Allardyce, Mark Hughes, Tony Pulis type managers, Steve McLaren. You can add into that as well, who just want to jump in, waste around a little bit of time, then shoot out with a quick buck and go on their jollies, basically. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. I hope this video has sufficed and has satisfied NUFC 1892's comment, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do hit a like on the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you can. We're trying to hit 1.5k subscribers now as well. So that will be amazing when we can reach that milestone. And also there'll be more talk of transfers coming up on the channel as well. There'll be talk of a few different things on the channel as well, so keep an eye out for the videos. Like I say, hit a bell for the notifications, turn on all notifications so you never miss a video as well when you do subscribe to the channel. In that way, you will be straight there as soon as the video is uploaded. And like I always say, I'll try and get around to as many comments as I can on the channel. And till next time, I hope you're all staying safe and well out there, and how are the lads?